Hey everybody, it's Thomas. It's time to talk about some Blood Bowl. Of course, Blood Bowl, League of Blood Bowl is what's going on. Those of you who might watch these videos on the regular might be thinking, oh right, we missed a week last week. That's because the week got pushed out, so this is week 5-ish, I guess. Had a little bit of delays, so we're just a little pushed back, but no big deal. We're going to start things off with a quick management of my team. Let's talk about actually what happened with my game. I tied again, so I'm still technically undefeated. This game ended up being a lot harder than I thought. I got a little unlucky on a touchdown attempt I could have made and I probably should have made. The odds seemed even, so I went with this slightly more bigger play and it ended up working against me. He got a ball in when I didn't, kind of thing. I made a slight mistake. I could have gone better, but didn't lose, so that's the important part, I guess. You can see the statistics. I didn't get a whole lot either. He got more casualties than I did. Did not really get a lot done here. I got a pass and a touchdown and a casualty, and that's about it. Nothing super spectacular. Basically the same sort of things that he did because he had 2 casualties. So, I also got 20,000, which is a little obnoxious because, once again, I've managed to not win much of anything. Also, my injury was on my Nurgle Warrior and was a smash knee niggling injury, which isn't too bad since he's got armor value 9 and regeneration, but it is pretty frustrating because it means that he's more likely to get KO'd, which is a little scary. And he has to mix next game. I got a level up on a Rotter, who I think was my MVP, and he got an injury, so hooray. So I was thinking I was going to save up from the Pestiger, get 4, but I think instead I'm just going to buy another Rotter. I'm going to need the extra bodies eventually anyway, and honestly, with the way my winnings have been going, it doesn't look great. So, I don't know. I'm kind of at the point where I need to do a lot of things. I need a 3rd reroll. I need to not have things go so poorly. So yes, that's kind of the plan for the day. But let's level up our guy first. Not doubles, but that's okay. I pretty much... So I was thinking, what should I get? I could get some fun things like any of these, like Prehensile Tail, or, extra disturbing presence. I was also thinking, I could get Wrestle, make my line a little stronger. I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to get Kick. This will allow me to be a little bit more in control of my defensive destiny, which is very important to the Nurgle team. So we're going to bring him back to a kicker, so he'll be our man in the field. Now then, our new player. We lost 2 people very early on. We've only got a couple of butlers serving our squad here. So let's get one of you. Get you the same weird ashy gray that we've been going for the rest of these guys. And let's see, what do we have? We got a Woodhouse still, a Duckworth, an Alfred. Okay. We're going to name him Higgins the second, because we have to buy another Higgins at some point. Bam. So it brings our team value up to 1140, which is kind of in danger zone territory. But this will cover me for week 7 when this guy's back, and at that point the league's almost over. So we'll see. It's one of those things where we're starting to look back. Nurgle might not have been the best team because Nurgle really needs a lot of levels to do fun things. It's a good team. I think it's been fine. It could be better. Whatever. Let's go through the rest of the league, though. See how they did in week 5-ish. Well, it was the week of ties, to put it mildly. We'll start off with Mark's game versus Chris. Pretty much, Mark missed a catch early on, which could have given him the win, is the fair way to describe it. I mean, odds are pretty good he should have made the catch. I'm a little surprised he didn't, but that's basically what it is. Dark Elves run the ball really well for a reason. Humans can play the ball pretty well. Just didn't happen to do much more. Chris actually had more catches, which is a little funny. Passed more as well. I think Mark was just, from the video, Mark was basically just running the ball around to get things done. He got 2 casualties, and he killed somebody finally. Chris's Apothecary luck finally wore out. Chris got 2 casualties of his own, though, so some good deals there. And Mark walked away with a ridiculous 70,000. So Mark did okay despite tying things up. His team value is by far the highest in the leagues now. He got a level up on his ogre to get break tackle. I think that was his only other level. We got wrestle on this lineman. And yeah, that's his only other level up. So, Mark's team pretty scary. 4 rerolls. A bunch of really powerful dudes, a ton of people. Mark's team is by far the strongest, and I am very glad I didn't have to face him any later than I did. Chris's team, he walked away with 40,000, so he did much worse than Mark. Chris has had just awful luck on his winnings rolls. And yeah, he lost just a lineman from what I remember. Let's see here. I don't think he had any level ups. I think his runner leveled up last time, so we got leader a while ago, but I could be misremembering. His witch elf got a touchdown, so that'll be good. Hopefully the witch elf continues to do fun and exciting things for him. He's got nothing to spend his money on, so he's basically gonna have the same team going into next week. His assassin's back up though, so that should help do some fun things for him. We'll talk about that obviously as we get into the preview. Next game is me versus the undead team. We talked about this a little bit, but we'll look at the undead team. You can see how they did. He walked away with 30,000, so also not good rolls from him. Everybody, just terrible luck except for Mark. I did a little bit of injury here. The skeleton is going to be out. Regeneration really put in some work here in terms of keeping guys on the pitch. Ghoul got the run in, and I don't remember who else did first touchdown. Oh, it was 1-1, so it was just the Ghoul, I think. So no big developments for him. His mummies were very scary and very smashy. That was annoying, to say the least. 3 rules. He didn't spend his money last week. I don't know if he's going to spend his money this week. We'll see. He's got some options still. Amazons versus Dwarves. I'm surprised this was tied, but from what I remember, the Amazon team was very, very battered. 50,000 for the winnings there, so good deals here. Just 1 touchdown, so just straight run-ins. Looks like across the board, there's nothing really to speak of here, although maybe this was a forced tie. From the looks of it, it might have been. I don't know. But it was a tie, nonetheless. Actually, no, it was a forced tie. Okay, so you guys just didn't get their match played. Yeah, no running yards at all. This line woman got a level up. Great, I guess. I don't know what he'll get on her. Kick wouldn't be too bad, because it's never bad, but he could get block. Always a good thing. Or what skills do they have available? Let's take a look here. Okay, so yeah, we've got normal skills available, so she can get block. Block and dodge, good combo. I could definitely see that being a thing. Would certainly help keep his line women in place. To deal with all these terrible crippling injuries he's been suffering through. Dwarf team, let's see what they walked away with this forced tie. 50,000, not too bad. He's got a ton of money that he's not spending. Another Troll Slayer seems great. Troll Slayer reroll would be my recommendations. Perfect adaptations there. No big runners up here. Looks like a blocker got the MVP if I had to guess. And somebody else, I guess. Maybe the Troll Slayer did? I don't know. No, that wouldn't make any sense. Oh, if we got a pass and a touchdown because this team throws for some reason. Yeah. Who knows? He's got options. He could buy another player for sure. Troll Slayer, I think definitely the way to go. Gives the team more power overall. I guess he could go and buy the Death Roller for maximum fun. Since he's at the bottom of the charts, he might, but eh. Lizards versus the Corn team. It did not go well for either team. Lots of blood across the sands, from what I remember. At least lots of just getting punched out a lot. 3 KOs, 1 casualty each. The Hung Donuts definitely ran a lot, but were not able to complete anything, it looks like. Andrew had a little bit of failed passing. and a lot of running. The video link will be posted here. Andrew had some pretty bad luck, but he also kind of walked into some things. Saurus has definitely messed with him quite a bit, and just, yeah, not a lot to talk about here. Levels up, this skink has got leap now, which I think he had before. Yeah, he had leap before. Makes him definitely very, very powerful. No other big changes for this team at all. Saurus has only put in work. I think he bought another Saurus after his match, so it's up to 4 total. He had some mercenaries for the game last week. So this team is definitely looking very, very solid. His play in the match was very, very good. So I'm excited to see what will happen for him in week 5. If we look at the Corn team, Andrew walked away with 40,000, so perfectly respectable there. No big level ups, it looks like. Yeah, no changes here. You did get leader on this Pit Fighter Cultist. He got Mighty Blow on this Bloodthirster, which will make this Bloodthirster very great, although it didn't really do a lot for him. This Cornhill got blocked, so that's great. Makes the Frenzy thing awesome. It's kind of unnecessary with Juggernaut, but block makes him a more consistent player overall, so I think it's definitely a good decision. And, you know, it helps. You have the option of turning your what would have been pushes into punches. Never a bad thing. Team value is getting kind of up there. I bought some cheerleaders, which it's probably fine. No big deal. Bought another Bloodletter Demon, it looks like, as well. So yeah, Andrew's team is looking pretty good. And our last match of the week looks like is the Chaos team versus the Undead team. And another forced tie here, it looks like, as well, which is a little disappointing. 70,000 though, not a bad thing whatsoever. He got a level up on his Beastman, which is good. I'll give him more ball carrying potential. I'm not entirely sure what he'll get. It depends on what he rolls. Let's see what skills he has available here. I believe he has mutation. Yeah, he's got access to mutation just like me, so lots of options. I think extra arm probably would be what I would go for, just to make his ball handling a little bit better. He's got 180,000, so hey, you can buy a reroll finally. This would be my choice for sure. I think a reroll will definitely help him out. Alright, so we look at the other side of this forced tie. Got the Necromantic team, who I played last week. 60,000, not too bad. And, oh, another level up on this werewolf. That's gross. A level up on the zombie is less consequential, but the werewolf getting more points is not good for other humans, basically. And he's got a bunch of money, which hopefully he'll spend. Another reroll will be great. He could also do well to pick up another ghoul, I think. I believe that would be more than he'd be able to do. Let's see, leave with 80. So yeah, buy another reroll, I think, and just save your money for another ghoul or something else. Whatever. But yeah, definitely this werewolf getting more points is not a great thing for anybody. He's got normal and agility skills available. This guy definitely going to be very, very scary once he gets block, which is, assuming what he'll get, it seems like the most logical thing possible. It's going to be scary. I'm terrified. So that's the end of week 5-ish. A little annoying to have 2 forced ties, but hopefully people can work their schedules out a little bit better. Next week, from what I understand, it's perfectly good reasons for those games getting missed. So that's how it goes, unfortunately. But hopefully this week will be a little more interesting. We've got Mark's team up first versus the Undead team. I think Mark's team is going to do pretty well here. Mark's team is just so much more developed than anybody else's. He's got so many more skills and so much deeper of a bench to withstand losing players and getting beat upon. It's just more than this team has, especially with this injury out. He's, let's see, 13 minus 2 minus 1. So he's technically short a player. He could definitely buy another player, probably another white if I had to guess, which would fill it in. So he should be okay. But I just think that this team, it's got some nice things, but aside from this strong mummy line, there's not a lot that's super going to be scary to Mark. And even then, Mark's line is ridiculous at this point. So I think Mark should win this game pretty handily. This is Dark Elves versus Dwarves. Talked about this a little bit already. Chris's team doesn't have a lot the way you could do to buy things, but Chris's team is more fast, more agile, and Chris is more competent overall. So I think he's going to beat the Dwarf team. Dwarf team, I mean, has got some nice stuff that will definitely mess with any kind of dodging Chris does because of tackle, but Chris actually doesn't have that much dodge. Any of his players, and just how slow this team is is going to be a hindrance, I think. Definitely it depends on what he wants, but like the Troll Slayer isn't going to do a lot for him beyond having Frenzy, and Chris's team is just deeper overall. I am playing Andrew this week, which should be pretty good fun for the both of us. Oh, didn't save my changes. I'll have to go back and do that. But aside from, aside from everything here, I think I will be okay. I'll be down a warrior, which will hurt. But I still have 3, and I've still got the beast, and I think I can just move the ball a little bit better than him, and I can avoid, and I can put him in frenzy traps and things like that. So hopefully I will be ahead of the game, all things considered. Yeah, I mean, Andrew's team, though, is very scary. He will certainly have a deeper bench. But we'll have the same number of rerolls. He'll win some more things because of cheerleaders, but overall, I think I'm pretty okay. The Mighty Blow, Bloodthirster will be scary, but hopefully I can just avoid getting punched too hard and just work around it. Next match here is the Chaos team versus the Amazon team. I think that the Amazon team has the advantage here. Yeah, they're injured and not as fast as they were. However, they still are very fast. They're still very mobile. They still have their block dodge blitzers, which is, they're great players at level 1, which is great for a team that gets injured so much. And the Chaos team just, doesn't have a lot in terms of development. Just, the 1 reroll tops. I think that's just going to be too big of a downfall on them as usual. This is the Necromantic team versus, or no, what is this? This is, yes, Necromantic team versus Lizardman team. We'll see how this goes. This should be a pretty interesting match to take a look at. The werewolves can catch skinks and definitely mess them up quite a bit, especially the scary strength 4 werewolf. The slower elements of the lineup will definitely hurt, and I think if he tries to dodge too much, the Krogsgore will give him some problems. Lizardman team is back up to full strength, though, no injuries or anything like that. I think team values are pretty close, 1110 and 1090. So if this guy remembers to buy stuff this week, his level up, he'll be ahead in team values, but nothing too significant unless he buys something, which he might choose not to. But yeah, tough call. He's played pretty well in terms of dodging things that he should have lost, I think. So maybe the dice luck will end, and Lizards have been playing pretty well, so I think that they got a pretty good chance of pulling it out overall. This week, quick recap, right side I think is going to do great. Marks should win this game pretty handily. Chris should beat this no problem. This game might be close. I think I'm going to win just because I think I'm a better player than Andrew, but who knows? It could go horribly sideways for me. I think the Amazon team will win just because I think they're a stronger team overall than this team. But who knows? This Chaos team's starting to get kind of scary, so we'll see. And Graith's been definitely playing pretty well. And again, Lizards, I think, will win overall as well. Quick take a look at the Hall of Fame. Any fun things going on here? Most experienced players. Looks like... get the ranks here. It looks like the high-scoring wizard is doing it. The Ogre is number 2, which is crazy. Yeah, so definitely starting to see some separation here. Best score is still not too much change there. I don't think anyone really moved up or down. Best thrower, nothing changed there. Interceptions, we still only have the 1. It was a very amazing interception as well, but only the 1 nonetheless. Best runner is still my guys. Hooray, my team. And let's see here. Most violent players, same number of injuries. Nothing too great there. Nothing too exciting in the thrower team. Not too much change there because nobody was really throwing it. Survivor, probably, I don't know. I almost want this table to be more interesting than it is, but it'll be more fun if the league was longer. Or there was more deaths in general. And let's see here. Best receiver, nothing really changed here. So not too much movement overall, although a little bit of stuff in terms of most experienced player being interesting, which is just because of how kind of stratified everything is. All right, that about wraps up me for the week. This week will also be a little bit longer of a week unless everyone wraps up their games shorter, which would be nice because then we could catch up. So it might be a couple of weeks before our next recap preview video. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.